Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another edition of NSR Wrestling. This segment will be entitled Bridge to Nowhere, and we're going to be talking about the wrestlers that just can't get over no matter what they do, no matter what they try, no matter what the promoters do, and how we just refuse to get behind them unless we're pushing them somewhere.
Well, you know who I'm going to mention right off the bat.
Go with your... well, do you want to start at number 5 or do you want to start at number 1?
Let's let you start first. How about that? Because you know what you're talking about.
Which end do we want to start at, though? Do we want to start right with the beginning, or do we want to start at, do we want to actually build towards positivity and the people who could possibly get off the schneid and do something right?
I don't know.
Let's start with the hopelessly rotten people that aren't going to get anywhere. I love that. Number 1, I gotta say, and the internet always will argue with me about this, but I don't care. He can't have a match with anything larger than a Chucky doll. Daniel Bryan.
Ugh.
If there is a man that makes me change the channel faster than anything other than Vicky Guerrero... Not a man. Well, close enough. I'm not really sure which one of them is bigger genitalia. But...
Excuse me?
Excuse me! Yeah. Daniel Bryan, completely uninterested. And it happens to me every time, because Monday nights I'm bored. I'm trying to kill some time before the following comes on at 9 p.m. And the first hour of Raw, I'm just sitting there. Daniel Bryan, match, change channel. Or backstage segment, don't care. Completely ruined Kane, thanks a lot. Nothing good is going to come of you. Worst world champion ever. And I'm including David Arquette in that statement.
Ooh. What's up with the beard, too? Like, why does he have this beard?
I don't know. Usually I'm a big proponent of the beard, and I think it helps a lot of wrestlers. With him, if anything, it just made him worse.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, he looks like a little boy running around in wine-colored underwear coming out to classical music. Who cares?
Yeah, why does
He's everything that's wrong with indie wrestling.
His song used to be the Final Countdown in Ring of Honor, but now it's just like da-da-da-da.
Thank God, I hate the Final Countdown, too. Fuck you, Europe. You're an awful band.
That was on my, radio the one time before I was going for, a math final in college.
You know some idiot in Rolling Stone, just off topic real quick, picked that band to be like the next Beatles.
Wow, were they wrong?
When they first came out. They were a one-hit wonder.
Were they wrong or what, huh?
Now for your number 1.
Garrett Bischoff, ladies and gentlemen.
And this one's tough to argue because honestly, he and Bryan to me are 1 and 1A, so I won't be including Bischoff in my countdown. But let's get into why you hate him so much, Chris.
Well, it's just it's one of those things where my dad's one of the bookers, and he's friends with all the top guys and all that, and it's just this guy just doesn't have it. It's just not. It's forced on you so bad. No matter if he's a heel or face, he just sucks.
I said the same thing about Cody Rhodes when he first came in and he was really skinny. Then he went to the gym and he started being okay and he went on his solo career. His career really took off when his face got shattered and he wore the mask and he had that undashing music. That was really cool. Now they stuck him in a tag team with Damien Sandow, and he hasn't won a match in months, and he's back to being uninteresting. But Garrett Bischoff is nowhere near the same class as Cody Rhodes, because people have actually heard of Cody Rhodes.
Garrett Bischoff is Eddie Munster on steroids. He is just horrendous.
Or just height pills.
Yeah, he's so awful. He wears these biker pants.
He wears these really, really tight leather pants, and he has a tramp stamp. It makes me really question his sense of style.
He's like one of the lost members of the Village People running around. It's so awful.
He looks like one of the new kids on the block, like the modern douchebag version with the sideburns. Roderick Strong has a better body than him, and that son of a bitch only weighs 165 pounds.
That's a statement right there, man. Holy hell.
Roderick Strong is one of the smallest people I've ever seen.
I think, though, right off the top, I know who the leader of Aces and Eights is. I just figured it out. It's Betty White. We all know it. Come on.
What was my really, really crazy theory that I had and we thought it was going to be right, but it wasn't?
Oh, jeez.
I don't even remember. I think it was Abyss or somebody. Or it was... It doesn't even matter.
Yeah. We all thought it was Jarrett.
I wish it was.
Now we're actually wanting Jeff Jarrett to come back. Isn't that sad?
That's how bad things have gotten.
Jeff, if you're listening, come back.
My second wrestler that I just don't absolutely care about at all, The Miz.
Oh.
One of the most forgettable world champions in world history. What in the hell? Why does he have a beard? What is he doing? And why are they trying to push him as the next Ric Flair? And why are they having him use the figure four?
I don't get it.
He can't get over. I mean, he was over when he beat Orton. And you know what? All my friends were like, oh yeah, this is awesome. What are you talking about? The Miz is great. I'm like, what? He flipped the W upside down and made it an M on the title. Ooh, that's really innovative. They're like, his matches are great. I said, give it a month. His WrestleMania match is going to suck, and then you're not going to care about him after that. And you know what? I was right.
See?
He's been terrible ever since. He's won the Intercontinental title like once or twice, and no one cared. He's just awful.
Yeah, horrendous. I'd have to say Zema Ion is my next guy. I mean, he's a nice guy, like when he's not the gimmick or whatever, but I just hate it.
Yeah, I hate him too. I'll admit, I hated him all the way back in IWC, and I used to chant tramp stamp at him all the time. I couldn't stand him.
He's scary looking.
He's a hot girlfriend, though.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I mean, I don't know if they're still together. That was back in the Keysport days, so God only knows.
He's been around for a while.
His gimmick is just terrible, and he can't wrestle. He just can't.
He's the Filipino supermodel? Like, what?
Although I do kind of like his one saying, I'm not just effing pretty, I'm pretty effing dangerous. I'm like, that's almost innovative.
It's almost good.
I'll give you a half clap for that.
There we go.
My number 3, I gotta go with, Ken Anderson.
Okay.
I mean, show me something. Do something. I mean, I understand you're a Packers fan, and that should make me automatically eternally indebted to you, but you've just been so completely uninteresting. You've done nothing. You haven't wrestled in months except for one match against Joe.
I'm sorry. I jumped the gun. But he's so lazy. Ken Anderson, after he broke his ass, like, beating up Bubba Ray Dudley, like, two Bound for Glories ago.
I could not believe. How do you miss Bubba Ray Dudley laying on a huge table and
it's right there.
Completely flip over him?
Yeah. Whoops.
Talk about avoiding contact.
Yeah, he's just sluggish and sloppy. I'm so tired of him.
Yep.
Please get released. Alright, I'm sorry. Number 3 for me is Alex Silva. Just awful. Get out of wrestling.
Well, he wasn't even supposed to be there. That's what makes us so angry. Ric Flair only voted yes to screw TNA with someone with no talent.
Yeah, what a jerk Flair is for that one.
Number 4, I gotta go with Jay Lethal. Please don't win the ROH World title. I can't stand you. You're another person that's everything that's wrong with indie wrestling and why I hate it. You hit 9 finishers, the guy kicks out, I'm not interested.
Get out. My number 4 would probably have to be Matt Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to do with him? You're not going to... Nothing's going to happen for this guy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you're supposed to be feuding with Hogan. He's already much more concerned with a biker gang threatening his whole promotion. You steal his robe that apparently he doesn't want back because nothing has been done, said, or mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, he just... I don't know. He's a big guy, but so what? He just can't do anything.
Here's another one that's been world champion, and at no point whenever he came back, no matter how long of a period of time that he was gone, did I ever care. Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Hated him. Hated him with long hair. Hated him with short hair. Hated him in TNA. Hated him in WWE. They tried to push him to be the next Edge. No one cared. I laughed so hard when Randy Orton stole my beard and then beat him like 2 days after he won the belt.
Horrible. And then my other person would have to be Eric Young. Just get out of here.
Yeah, your time has come and gone. We thought you were going to be something, and you're nothing.
Yeah, I'm tired of the comedy show. If you want to do comedy, go on Comedy Central.
And just for a 6th throw-in one real quick.
Okay.
Who do you think is a wrestler that right now can't get over, and right now we're tired of him because he's not being used right? But with a gimmick change, with more TV time, who do you think could truly be a great superstar, or at least a serviceable mid-carder?
In any promotion?
Yeah. Whoever you want.
Let me think here. I'll go dig into TNA. Let me think around, look around. Well, I mean, to a degree, that York guy, Christian York, he could be something.
But he has been used in the last couple months.
Let me think. Doug Williams.
Yeah.
Get him in shape. Get him somebody on the mic. Beef him up. There we go. Probably. Oh boy, I'm trying to think who else is around there. Like I hate most of the people there. Probably Hernan. I mean, no, Gunner.
No, there's no help on
Gunner needs some help.
I mean, he has potential. I've watched a couple Gunner matches, and they haven't been bad. He has the look. He has the physique. He has the tattoos.
They just don't do anything with him.
No, they don't.
They just don't. They fart around.
He was actually going to be my pick, but I'm going to go with ROH here, and I'm going to say Mike Bennett.
Okay.
I mean, he has a WWE body. He looks like a young Val Venus with no beard. He has a really cool version of, the rock bottom for his finisher. He has Maria as a manager. But he's so far buried in the mid card of ROH and just this morass of he can't get past guys like Adam Cole and Fat Hardy and Matt Hardy. And, they never give him a good shot. And it's like, you have a WWE body. Try. Go to the tryouts. Do something, or go to TNA. You have charisma. I've seen your mic skills. Do something.
I know. It's frustrating. Like, I mean, just. I wish we could just go to certain promotions and just clean house of the garbage.
I have some good news, though.
Okay.
Remember that rising star that you and I both liked in ROH?
Mm-hmm.
And for a while, he went to WWE on a developmental deal where someone with the same name did, and we were worried.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Taven from ROH.
Yeah.
He's now in the Young Prospects tournament, and he looks like a surefire favorite to win because I've never heard of any of these other bastards.
Yeah.
And I think that would be good for him. I think he can get a good following in ROH. I like his gimmick. I like the MTV thing on his pants, and I love the saying, "Did Matt just happen?"
So I mean, it could turn out to be a good thing for him if he can get
And both of us are,
get going.
really bipartisan on this. We're just begging for somebody to use Brutus Magnus right.
Please.
I mean, you sent him to Britain. He was really over. The fans love him, and he can wrestle.
I don't get it. I just wish they would just.
Feud him with Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
They love those international angles. Do it.
I just don't want to see him wrestle Daniels and Kazarian or something.
Hey. Those two are actually two of the only good things going for TNA right now.
They are, but I just don't want to see him with them. But he needs to be in a different feud.
Well, I mean, they at least gave Daniels a title shot finally. Unfortunately, they had him lose to Jeff Hardy. I have no idea why. It's not like Hardy's gaining momentum or we're getting anywhere with him as champion. He's a lame duck at best.
I'm just tired of his disco Inferno pants and ripping off my Zuba gimmick. So
no, they quit doing that.
Good.
They wear their normal matching attire now.
Daniels has 2 strikes with me, so right there.
Well, Cass is a couple with me because he left WWE when he was actually winning matches, and then they never put the world title on him.
He was the one Frankie Kazarian for like a month on SmackDown of Velocity. And
he had the flux capacitor. That was the name of his finishing move, and I was all behind it.
Nice. Then just nothing. He just quit on his own, really.
Yeah, he really did.
It's a bummer.
Shout out to Chris Harris. We recently heard he has cancer. Hope you get well soon. You were a great in-ring talent. Don't really, not really worried about the wrestling aspect. Just get well soon, Chris. You're a good talent in TNA. We have fond memories of you actually getting a push against Jeff Jarrett and them screwing you over.
Amen.
Also, who's a main eventer that makes a lot of money that you just can't stand? That shouldn't be there. Not Hulk Hogan because he doesn't wrestle.
In TNA or
any promotion?
Well, The Rock.
Yeah. I got to be honest. I'm sick of The Rock, but hey, at least he brings in business. I, for one, am sick of CM Punk.
Oh yeah.
And I feel bad because I don't know if this is necessarily me not wanting to follow the herd and be like every other wrestling fan, and I don't want to wear new CM Punk merchandise and people think that I got on the bandwagon late. I like CM Punk all along. My biggest problem with him is, okay, yeah, he still delivers in the ring. I can't deny that. But the way he politics, the way he complains, the way he comments on situations outside of the company and acts like he's God's gift to wrestling, that's what makes me mad.
A little bit of an ego there, huh?
I mean, him taking a shot at Kurt Angle, yeah, CM Punk, you're a huge superstar, but on a level of wrestling, you are nowhere near what Kurt Angle has done for this business. You have not had matches of that quality or that caliber in your career. You know why? Because you choose the main event against people like John Cena, and no one except Edge has ever had a damn good match with John Cena. No one.
Cena's just so. I mean, we could just do a podcast on how terrible he is, but
that's already assumed and known, though.
He's getting stale, though. I mean, his time's kind of
Another person, Dolph Ziggler. I don't believe you're a main eventer. You should never be world champion. I'm tired of you already. You've held on to that briefcase for so long. I hope you get hurt and people lose the briefcase and you don't cash in at WrestleMania and never get a shot at it.
Mikey. God, he's Mikey from the Spirit Squad. That was just
Show
awful.
off, more like turn off. I switch the channel every time he's on. I don't care. Actually, I watch more for AJ Lee at ringside than I do for him. And who is that big useless idiot with him that looks like an action figure? He doesn't wrestle. He comes out in wrestling attire and doesn't do a damn thing.
Awful. So awful. How many shows does WWE have now?
There's Raw, SmackDown, Main Event, and that Saturday morning one.
Jeez. Isn't there
And if you count AM Raw or whatever, 5.
and there's NXT?
Yeah, but
Is
that's thankfully not on our TV anymore. If Sci-Fi would have picked that up, I would have mutinied.
Oh, is it
Just written
done?
them hundreds of hate mail. No, because yeah, it's been done for a while. Sci-Fi canceled their contract.
So is it on the internet or something?
Yeah, it's on the
Okay.
internet.
One of those
They operate
crappy,
out of a college campus
terrible,
called Full Sail University, which I've never heard of.
awful. So they have a show off a college campus. That's pretty horrendous.
Well, let's not cast stones here, Chris. We watch a company that for a long time was based out of Disney World
Yeah, no.
or Universal Studios.
We expect that out of TNA. I expected to have their first show out of
No,
a
you know what,
garage.
Chris? I expected that out of Double Dare 2000, not out of a wrestling promotion.
That's TNA. Nothing surprises me.
Not anymore. Not after Judas Messias and the Pink Door.
We gotta get that on. We gotta get like the worst of TNA. We'll do a whole show about the worst moments because they have like 50 greatest moments. I want to do 50 horrible moments. Probably do 100 of them.
Why don't we cut it down to 25, and I'm sure we could come up with them.
We will. I think we're definitely gonna do that. That's our goal.
So, folks, stay tuned for that one.
Amen.
Just be warned, you're going to have quite as long a memories as I do. We will try to help and provide you with links and video evidence for that, though.
Exactly.
Because we don't expect you to remember some of this stuff.
No, nobody does. I mean, can't remember something that happened yesterday, let alone what happened in 2003.
But then there have been the moments in TNA that have truly made us smile, and nothing gets us through the day more than Eric Bischoff clinging to the corner in lockdown last year.
That was great. Just watching him, just a 50-year-old man hugging the post, crying. That was the best. Makes you feel good inside. Remember how great wrestling could be.
I wish Paul Heyman would be so humble like that.
I know. He did that one time, like back in the day, that he was like getting beat up. And
Wasn't he in the Kiss My Ass Club?
Probably.
I believe he was. I know William Regal was like 3 times.
Yeah. He really earned that paycheck, didn't he? Jeez. Well, I think it's been fun, huh?
Yep.
Well, we must say goodbye.
Au revoir. I'm Peck.
I'm Chris.
Good night.